Okay, so we are back. So in this first video, we will discuss now the study plan for this module. Um, the idea of this module is that I think there are two objectives. The first objective, and very concrete, is that you learn how to do your thesis, that you get the skills and the knowledge that you need to, and you understand what is a thesis, the structure, how to write it, where to search, all of these questions that you might have. That is the first step. How that you are ready to write your thesis. And it's also great timing because we will finish around like I don't know, like middle of the autumn, and then you start writing in the middle of the winter. So it's very close, and that's great because then you won't forget. And also remember, you have all these videos that I already made, so you can come back to all of them. So that's the first objective, that you are ready to write your thesis. But the second objective, it's also very important, and it's more connected to more like a lifelong approach. Since you are probably going to work as an accountant or auditor, we need to develop critical thinking at a very high level. Like you need to kind of question things. You need to kind of do not just accept the status quo. Do not just accept what is in the paper. You need to be critical. You need to ask questions. You need to ask the correct questions, and you also need to be able to answer to the question from a different angle, but in a very rigorous and reliable way. And this is what this course will also teach you. There is a lot of knowledge that is based on wrong methodologies, on wrong approaches that do not make sense, wrongful assumptions that some people never ask. And that's why sometimes we end up with wrong knowledge, or knowledge that is not question enough. So, and that in accounting, we see it all the time. Like there are accounting rules, accounting standards, accounting practices that maybe are based not on like real knowledge or valid or reliable knowledge. They are constructed on weak methodologies, weak assumptions. So this course will also teach you that, to be more critical, to be to understand how to prepare, how to design a research project. And if in the end you become a consultant, I think this will also be very helpful, because I have met many consultants where their methodologies are very weak. Like they think that if they do a survey of 50 phone calls, that gives you enough data to build conclusions on something that it's bigger. So I think you will learn to be more critical about that, creating knowledge, either for a consultancy or either for the academic knowledge or for accounting knowledge. So I think that's the second objective, that you become more critical and that you become more like a knowledge creator rather than uh, just someone who creates, I don't know, like not reliable data. So we'll talk about that during the lectures, but those are the two objectives. First, and very important, that you can write your thesis. Second, that you become a critical thinker, a valid and reliable knowledge generator. So that's the idea of the, well, I talk a lot about the idea. I think if you read it, it's more or less what I said. And the structure is, we have, I think this structure is great because in many cases there is an issue, because we have qualitative data and quantitative data. We'll talk about that during everything, and quant and qual methodologies. And sometimes teachers prefer to focus on one and ignore the other, but here, no. Here we are going to use, or here we are going to develop both views, quantitative and qualitative. We are going to learn how to do research in a very numeric way, and also how to do research in a qualitative way. And the topic of, and in this structure, because we're going to do it like that, it will take more time and it will take more effort, because we are not going to focus only on one, we are going to do both. So it will be demanding. But to reduce the risk of running out of time, and to reduce, because we'll need more resources to do more things, I will help you by already setting the topic the topic of what we are going to do throughout the course is this: what influences AI usage in university students? This can be a downside in a way, and I recognize that it's a limitation of the course that you cannot propose your own topic. Because if you propose your own topic, we won't have time to finish everything. I mean, that would be ideal if we will have more resources. If this will be a 10 credit course or 15 credit course, we could do that. But with 5 credits, we cannot, we need to cut somewhere. And I think the best approach, the less worse approach, is to cut that possibility of you choosing the topic, and I will give you the topic. This saves a lot of time because I already will give you a lot of materials and everything. I will guide you through how to do it. I already know what works, what doesn't work. I think I will guide you a lot in this. So I think you will get this topic mm, already given. And in practice, many students actually like it. They don't see it as a downside. They see it as something positive because they sometimes say like they just need a push. They don't want to spend a lot of time trying to find a topic just for a course. Maybe for the thesis is better. So in the end, also in my experience, students really don't see it as a downside. They see it actually as something positive that they already come with the topic and everything. So that's the topic. That's the structure of what we are going to do. So here is a lot of words about what to do and not to do, like the rules. Just read it. It's important that you use reference, and we will talk about this in the lectures also. So I don't want to spend a lot of time in here. I mean, like late work is not the end of the world, but it makes things more difficult. So try to avoid submitting late, especially the final assignment. It's very important that you submit on time, but everything else, like the labs, the workshops, everything, try to do your best to finish on time. That, I mean, like culturally, I think in Sweden, everyone is very punctual, but I also understand we are human. So if something happens, let me know. It's much better. Just let me know if there is an issue, if there is a contingency, and I can help you all the time. It's better than doing anything wrong. Plagiarism, I talk about it in the other video, is a serious offense, so don't do it. It will break my heart. Don't break my heart. And preparation here, I think it's copy paste from something else because it says that you need to read before, right, to get out. But you don't need to read before. I mean, like preparation, do the things on time, like submit your checkpoint 1 on time. That's enough preparation for checkpoint 2. That's what I mean with preparation in this course. And prepare with sleeping well because I don't want you to be falling asleep in the lecture. That's how you can prepare or drink coffee. Since we're going to work in groups, it's important that we reduce the risk of issues in the group. So I think historically there has never been really an issue in this course, but in other courses they have been like I I know in the worst case there was a divorce. So don't ask me how it happened, but it happened. Uh, so what else happened? Fight, I think. But they were bachelor students, so I expect more maturity in here. So things can happen, but hopefully we can keep the good record in this course. In this course, everything has been well. And communication, I already gave you my phone number and I already gave you my email. And also, you can use the Canvas message. It works, it only takes more time for me to read it. And then let's discuss the calendar. This is very important that we discuss it in more detail. So we start lecture 1, the introduction, at 9, 9 to 10. We'll discuss all of these things. I am pre-recording it also in case you couldn't hear it or you want to come back to it. Then we have online video. Uh, these lectures are supposed to be in person, but they are in Zoom because I'm sick. So they have a time. But when it's online video, you can watch it whenever you want, but I suggest you watch it on this date because otherwise, I mean, like it will be important for the next step. So try to watch lecture 2 and maybe in the afternoon, or I mean, you can also watch it tomorrow with lecture 5. It's okay. But I mean, like if you put it here, maybe it's a lot. This lecture is also quite short. It's like half an hour. So try to watch it. And if you put like 1.5 in YouTube, I can be talking quicker. I don't know. You can, I mean, like, it's up to you. So it's not a big thing to this lecture. This lecture also, I think, is not that long. And then you have lab one, which I said is quite short and easy to do. Maybe you need a few minutes. So that's the idea, that online videos, you can do them whenever you want, but I suggest this date. Usually online videos are short. And then the lab, I already mentioned the lab. You don't have to do it on a specific time. For example, you can do it today too if you want, but the deadline to submit the whatever you need to submit is on this day. I hope I don't die. Then on the 9th of October, on Thursday, we have the first workshop where we will develop the interview guide. And remember, it's very important that for the workshop, you come. I mean, based on what's happening right now, I think it will be online too, but it needs to be between 10 and 12. So that is workshop one. You have to be present. It's not like lab one, you just submit. Workshop, you have to be present. Then on Friday, you have to submit the first checkpoint. I will write in Canvas what you have to submit for that checkpoint. You will have the instructions. If you take a look, I will just quickly go to modules because I think I didn't show that. But if you go to work checkpoint one, right now it's not here, but you will have the instructions of what you have to submit. I will also prepare a short video explaining how to do it, like 5 minutes. I will tell you what to do. And then you submit here. Yeah, I think you have the deadline probably already here. No, I will check if the deadline is there, but you will have a deadline to submit that checkpoint. Let me go back to the study guide, to the calendar. So that's on Friday. And then the next week, we have the quantitative analysis lab. So again, you can do it whenever you want, but submit on this day. Then, what day is this? Wednesday, I think. On the 15th, we have the second workshop. And the second workshop, again, maybe here I will feel better and we can do it in person. It's important that you come at this time because it's going to be in person, or it's going to be like live, not pre-recorded. Then I think it's also on Friday, you have to submit the next checkpoint two. And it's also at some point in time on the 17th. And I forgot to say that about checkpoint one, but I will open this between 1 and 5. I will open a space in Zoom where you can come and ask questions. So you can submit or you should submit on the 10th, and I will write feedback maybe the day after or 2 days after. I will write feedback on what you submit. But if you want to ask questions, you can also come on the 10th between 1 and 5. I will maybe put some time slots so you can register and come and ask, like a tutoring session if you have questions. So in the checkpoint, two things happen, like the tutoring and your submission, and then in a couple of days you get feedback. If you need immediate feedback after what I write, normally that doesn't happen, but if you need immediate feedback, we can also schedule a quick Zoom session. Then on the 20th, we have another online video lecture. So online is like this one, like you watch whenever you want. No need to come or anything because we don't have a time. And then we have the last checkpoint. The idea is that in here you submit the whole thing and I give you feedback on the whole thing. And then on the 24th, you submit the official thing that I will grade. So that's how it works. I think maybe when we start working, you will realize what do you need to do. And also when I explain the assignment, this will make more sense. Finally, how to pass is the traditional thing, like minimum is 60, 65 for D, C 70 for C, B 80, and 90% or more is A. If you need to do re-examination, the re-examination is to resubmit the final paper. Like if you didn't finish, you were missing a few chapters, that probably means that you're going to fail and you need to resubmit. It's important to know that the resubmission will it's only possible to get a maximum of D as a grade in resubmission. So that's the idea with the study plan. I think in the next video I will talk about the assignment, which is very important, and that will be everything.